I don't disagree with you, babe. I do think that it is important to unpack any traumas that you may have from your past when you're entering the relationships.
Yes.
Now, being abused as a kid, whether it was mental, physical, whatever the case may be, and you're not honest about that in your adult life, that trauma is going to come out, right? So whether you lie about it or not, when I'm asking you, it's going to come out in
That's
certain
perfect.
ways. There are certain behaviors, there are certain things that you may, certain triggers that may cause you to, that flame up, that may cause you to go back to that pain, right?
I
But
agree.
when it comes to a woman's, I'm specifically talking about a woman's body count, right?
Mhm.
If it's one thing is you want to know a number, you want to know a number because you're going to determine whether she's valuable or not, right?
No, 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 no. Jess, a woman with 50 bodies has a bunch of trauma because there's 7 of those dudes that absolutely made you paranoid. Think about shit. One of them probably put your hands on you. One of them cheated on you. The amount of bodies, why kind of actually have a low body count matters, is because it lowers the probability that these men actually do you dirty. It lowers the probability of you being pumped and dumped, and now you are resentful and all the men because you think he's going to do the same to you.
I
So
don't
the same way I will say this, Jess, if you think trauma matters, me knowing that you have 40 bodies is a good idea that you probably have some level of trauma that was inflicted to you by man, because there's no way you fucked 40 angels and nobody did nothing to you.
But
And
what
this
if
is
you
why
just
women come
what if
around.
you're upfront with
This is
about
why
your
women come
traumas?
around and say,
yeah.
"Oh, 3 in 4 women were touched." And I'm not talking about the kiddie thing, I'm talking about the grown-ups. You know, when you get into those positions, for the most part, when you don't have 2 long boyfriends for 10 years, you have 13, 14, 17, 18, because these people are not on your type of time. And if you keep going outside and if you keep playing with wolves, one day you are going to get beat.
Yeah,
That's all.
that's a slippery slope because you're saying, you're assuming that a woman, like, just because a woman has 50 bodies doesn't
Huh?
mean, and I'm not going to disagree with you. Like, you could have gone through some trauma. Did you face that trauma? Did you unpack that trauma? Are you still behaving like that as a grown adult that can actually fix those traumas? You know what I'm saying? If you're still behaving like that at a big age, then yeah, red flag. You shouldn't be dealt with that. But I don't think we should say like, oh, the best way for you to avoid being assaulted by a man is if you have long-term relationships, when there are women in long-term relationships being assaulted
Yes,
by
yes,
their
yes. It lowers,
partners. You know what I'm
it
saying?
yes, it lowers the probability. It's like me
That's
saying this,
who.
right? No,
That's
no, no,
who.
no, no, Jess, Jess, Jess. Think
Where's your
about it,
proof
right?
of that?
No, 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 Jess, please listen to me.
No, where's your
If,
proof of that?
no, I know. I'm actually going to give you proof. I have 2 long-term girlfriends from 19 to 29. I stayed with them for 5 years each. And there's another fatty that has 50 bodies and he didn't cuff nobody. Fatty dated bad woman, good woman, strippers, hookers, regular people, teachers, nurses, and all that. Who is more probable to look at women on a jaded way like these hoes are bitches, man? I'm not cuffing nothing. Is the man that had 2 relationships with the 2 women, or the man that probably went through a bunch of shit with 50 women, because there's no way he's actually engaging 50 times with a woman sexually, and all of those 50 women were with women? Which one is more probable of
God,
having
it's all
trauma? The second one or the first one?
circumstantial. It's all circumstantial.
It
Yeah,
depends.
and they end up in my house.
Because what
Y'all
if
can
those
say
two
y'all
relationships were really
y'all can
terrible for
say
you?
that.
Did, just 1 second. Did you say it depends?
Yeah, I would say it's all circumstantial. If you were in two relationships that were really abusive to you and caused you a lot of trauma, right? But you were in a lot of like situations, you slept with a lot of women, you don't have a lot of trauma from that. You was just like in a whole phase, like, that matters.
He didn't.
Okay.
He did you.
This is the last try, because y'all
That's
fucking with me.
crazy, man.
You have two
What do you
men.
want us to say?
No,
What do you
no,
want
no.
us to do?
I don't
Here's
want
why
to.
you looking
Please, I don't. I'm not. I don't do leading questions.
Thank
I'm just speaking your
You
brain.
want us to say something.
No, no, Jez. Respectfully, you know me better than that. It's just that our logic, like, I have to keep doing analogies so you can understand from a woman
But the
point of view.
analogies are getting crazier
No, no,
every
it's not.
time, and
No, but
they're further
can you trust
further
me?
away from the
Hey,
correlation you're
Jess,
trying
can
to
you
make.
trust me? Do you trust me, Jess, that I'm going to actually explain this better
Um,
now at the third try?
I mean, if it's something so simple, it shouldn't be this hard to explain.
Okay, so I'm going to make it even more simpler to that. You have two men. You have two men. One man has 50 jobs in 10 years. The other man has two jobs in 10 years. Which one do you think is more reliable, and
50
which
jobs
one
in
would
10
you think
years.
is more unreliable? Which one?
I mean,
The
clear
man
as
with
day,
50 jobs or the man with two jobs in the last 10
clearly,
years?
obviously, but this is also something totally different. But yes, obviously, the man 50 jobs in 10 years. Obviously, he a little unstable, something going on. We can ask
Thank
why
you.
that happened, but
Thank you. Thank you. The man that is more stable as to
that's a
relationship. No,
job.
no, 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 no.
No.
The no, no. The
I
man
don't,
that
I
is
don't, I
the
don't get the
man that
point.
is more. Let me
Okay, so
finish.
what you want us to say is this:
What I'm no,
every
what
woman that has
I'm going to
had
say.
more
I'm
than
going
one
to say it for
body
you. I'm
is
going
a
to
whore.
say it. I'm going
Every
to say
woman
it
is
for
a
you.
whore.
I'm going to say it for
He
you.
said it.
I'm going to say it for you. The man that has two jobs, he was in two companies for 10 years,
Yeah,
is
he's
way
done more.
more reliable, is way
Yeah,
more reliable and stable. So
at
I'm going to
work he may
recommend,
be more
so I'm
reliable
going to
at work.
recommend, please. So I'm going to
This
recommend
crazy.
JC, Boogie, Little
It's
Black
crazy.
Book, Dame, and John to do business with the man that had two companies instead of the man that has 15 companies because he's unstable. Remember that the word that you used, Jess?
Okay,
Unstable.
I
No, no, stop there. Stop there. Because you said you don't want me to, like, you don't want to answer
okay,
or
I
not.
get it. 50 a
Yep.
woman with 50 bodies is
No, no, no.
unstable.
You have to,
A
wait.
woman with
You have
50
no.
bodies is
You
unstable.
said you.
Trolling.
Leave
Hey,
him
Jess.
alone.
You,
But
Jess,
find out if she
Jess.
really got
You
50
said
bodies first.
yes. You said that
Can you
I
find that
was.
out though?
You said that you are forcing. I'm forcing answers on you, or not forcing,
Yeah,
but
you
I want
are.
to hear something, right? So if we got to the conclusion that the man with 50 jobs or with 50 companies is way more unstable than the man with two jobs, can we assume that the woman with 50 bodies is way more unstable than the woman with two boyfriends?
Sure.
So,
Yes,
and this
she's
is why we
completely
want a
unstable.
lower body
I would
count.
say she's completely unstable. I would say any woman with more than two bodies is completely unstable. Unstable,
You
avoid them
having a
all.
bad fate, fatty. If
Why you being
bad
why
fate.
you being funny?
So
I mean,
fat.
because body count is subjective.
Shut up, silly woman.
Why you being
All right, I'm done
funny?
now. I'm done now.
Why?
Got it.
Why? Why you being stupid?
I'm done. It's
Yes.
Bye bye.
Why?
no,
This
I didn't
is
say
Sparta.
I didn't say I don't know why I'm being called
Why you being
stupid.
rude? No, you being rude. We be
How am I
nothing but
being
nice. Hey,
rude?
we be nothing but nice to you, and you keep saying, I'm done, and I'm going to do like why? We be nothing but nice to you. We did
I'm
insult
not, how
you.
am I being mean? Because I'm now conceding
Because you're being
to the fact
snarky
that
and
any
you're being
woman.
condescending. No, sorry,
No,
Jess.
well, here's the thing, Fatty. Let me explain. And when I said I was done, because it's like it's no reason for you to call me stupid, G. Like that's just
I
ridiculous.
called you stupid.
Yes, you just did. You said, "Why are you being stupid?" And then you played a clip saying, "Shut
No,
up, stupid woman."
no, Jess. Was this before
You
you?
just told me to shut
No,
up,
no,
stupid
Jess,
woman.
Jess. Hey, Jess. If I'm treating you respectfully and I'm
That was
trying to watch,
respectful what you just
can you
did.
stop talking, please? If I'm treating you respectfully and I'm having a conversation with you, and after we get on the back and forth, and I didn't insult you, I didn't do nothing. The first thing you do is doing a snarky remark and saying, you know what? Two bodies is the one that, like, we are actually making an effort for you to understand it. We want you to understand. It's not overthrowing on your face. We're trying to get better. Ali is quiet, like he's not talking. We are actually trying to explain you in a
Okay.
way that makes you empathize with us. So if
Okay,
as
got it.
soon as I give you that example, the first thing you do is instead of acknowledging, you start to be snarky and start to be condescending. Is my fault for playing this shut up silly woman
Yeah,
when
no,
you
you
are
can do
actually being
whatever.
silly?
I'm a silly, stupid woman. I got it.
No,
And
you
here's what
being
I will.
silly. It's not that you're
Okay,
silly.
cool. So here's what I will concede. I understand that what you were trying to help me to understand in your
Uh,
comparisons is that a woman that has 50 bodies is automatic. No, she's unstable. She's not worthy of a good man because she has had more than 50 or more bodies. Got it. I said two bodies because the number of a high body count is different to every man. So to Black TV, a woman that just had one other body could be unworthy. To Jay, a woman with 5 bodies is unworthy. Ali is the woman with 10 bodies. You know what I'm saying? It's all subjective. I just think that men in general think that any number outside of one because they want to feel like the one first, I just think you're going to automatically assume she's a whore. And